There are a lot of songs that start with the words "for once in my life." Can you guess which one this is? For once in my life, I've got something to say. I want to say it now, for now is today. A love has been given, so why not enjoy? So let's all grab and let's all enjoy. If the kids are united, then we'll never be divided. If the kids are united, then we'll never be divided. Just take a look around you. What do you see? Kids with feelings, like you and me. Understand him, he'll understand you. For you are him, and he is you.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the This Are Johnny Domino podcast. My name is Steve.
And I am Giles.
And on the podcast, we talk about songs that we wrote and recorded many, many decades ago. We also talk about various bits and bobs of music that we are vaguely interested in.
We do. And that is it. And that is what we're doing. Hello. And we're brothers.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're still doing a bit of music now and again, aren't we, fella?
We are. Every now and again, yes.
It's not just all old stuff, you know. We're still alive. We're still kicking.
We're still kicking, just about. That was a nice little bit of pub rock philosophy that you just did at the start of the podcast.
Yes. Do you know who it was?
Oh, I do know. The name of the artist is just falling out of my head.
It was Sham 69, Steve. Sham 69.
Yeah.
The Kids United. If the Kids are United. I think it's called If the Kids. What's it called?
I believe it is called If the Kids Are United.
Indeed. And in such song, they are espousing the philosophical idea of monism, positing that reality is fundamentally unified, suggesting that the perceived separation between self and others, or between mind and matter, is false and an illusion, and that a fundamental oneness exists.
For you are him and he is you. That's nice. Was there a lot of sort of monism going off in the audience of Sham 69 gigs, do you reckon?
I think there was loads going down all the time. Also, I think it's better than Oasis, right?
Oh, is this your link?
It's better than Oasis.
To current musical mores.
I like it better than Oasis. I'd go and see Sham 69 at Heaton Park, you know, with everybody singing along.
Yeah.
So if the Kids are united, I really would. I don't think I'd bother going to see Oasis, though.
What?
I know that's an unpopular opinion, isn't it? Sorry.
I don't think it's an unpopular opinion with listeners to this podcast.
Maybe.
I think there was some kind of mass national hallucination going on when Oasis came out. I think people were desperate for something and they kind of grabbed onto it. You're desperate for something, and I still maintain the first album has got some good songs on it.
Yeah.
But when the second album came out, I convinced myself that it was a work of genius, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's shit.
Now you've convinced yourself otherwise.
Well, I've listened to it with fresh ears, and it's just lazy, and it's moribund, and it's turgid, and it's unoriginal and uninspired.
Oof, bloody hell!
You know what I mean?
Man.
It is. It just is.
Bloody hell! This music means a lot to a lot of people, man.
I know it does. I don't think they're listening to this podcast.
They might be that. Well, they're not now. They're going to turn it off.
Well, I do apologise. You know, everyone is entitled to their opinions about music. Absolutely.
That's what we're about. That's what we're about, man.
Yeah, you know, but as I say, I personally feel like I was under the influence of some kind of hallucination because I just thought What's the Story, Morning Glory was brilliant. I still maintain there's some fantastic songs on Definitely Maybe.
Like for example?
Well, Slide Away, Supersonic, Columbia.
Beautiful.
You know,
all cracking songs.
They're all cracking songs. I think they went downhill when they got rid of the drummer.
Tony. I miss Tony.
The drumming got too proficient.
It got too good. I agree. bloody
Champagne
Noel.
supernova. Oh yes, horrible.
Yeah, cheese and onion. That was a good one as well. Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's get off that subject.
Yes.
Ultimately, a society gets the art it deserves, doesn't it, Steve? Let's face it.
Yes.
But what have you been up to anyway?
Well, most recently, I went to see the film Pavements.
Oh, there's a band that we both agree on.
Well, there is, yeah, and I'm sure there's lots of people who hate them, and they are entitled to their opinion. The film was really, well, it was a lot funnier than I was expecting it to be, but it was every bit as peculiar as I was expecting it to be, because it's sort of a documentary about them reforming and doing some gigs. So, like from day one of rehearsing to the first few gigs, but it's also the story of Pavement running alongside that. And there's also the story of a Broadway show, a jukebox musical using Pavement songs. And there's also a fictional biopic which is being made at the same time.
Cool. So, it sounds quite arty.
It was really peculiar. It was very peculiar. But, you know, it worked, and you watch it and you think, wow, Pavement were great, weren't they?
Yeah. Any standout songs on there you thought that after watching the film?
You know what? It's odd. They don't tend to play that many songs.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like a horrible from the Broadway musical. There was like a horrible ensemble where they're all just saying different Pavement song titles and kind of looking at the audience and saying them very emotively and singing really declamatorily.
Oh, yeah,
It was just odd, but it was a very, very entertaining film.
Okay,
I recommend.
Yeah, where can we watch it?
I think it's streaming. It's on a site called Mubi,
right.
MUBI, and it will probably be on. It'll probably be on DVD and Blu-ray and all that kind of stuff as well at some point.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Well, the other film I watched the other week, I watched the latest Final Destination film.
Oh, yeah. Was that any good? Is it as good as the other ones?
No, it's not. It's not. It's not funny. It's not as funny as the other ones.
Oh, it's
very serious, and they kind of went too much into the plot and explaining the whole thing about death and all this kind of thing.
Oh, well.
But Final Destination 3 is my favourite. Number 3.
Yeah, we love them, don't we? Health and safety horror is the thing.
Yeah.
Well, this Thursday, I decided to venture out of my hole and go and watch Vom Vorton at the Grove in the old Sneinton Market in the fair city of Nottingham. And what a fine minstrel he is. And here at Castle Domino, we've known his work for quite some time, haven't we, really?
A lot of love for Vom Vorton in Domino Towers, definitely. We did many, many gigs with Lard Pony because they were very, very nice people.
Yeah,
that is Vom Vorton's band at the time was Lard Pony.
So, Mr. Vorton, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
And you've just done a set at the Grove, Nottingham. How did it go?
It was fantastic. It was probably one of my favourites that I've played.
Yeah.
I think the Grove is like no venue that I've played at probably ever has got a better on-stage sound, and like being able to hear exactly what you're doing is such like a confidence boost.
Right. Obviously, we knew you from back in the really olden days with Lard Pony, right, back in Derby, and we did some gigs with you. Johnny Domino did some gigs with you, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
we did.
You played my birthday at one point and no one came. It's great.
Yay! That's the best kind.
In complex time, I've got polyrhythms on my mind. The doctor says that it will pass if I've been listening to too much jazz. There's a lack of iron in my blood. Some heavy metal might do me good. I swallowed pills along with doubt, but the double kick made me pass out. Am I riding through a storm? 'Cause my heartbeat feels like thunder. Am I falling apart from the stress and the pressure I'm under? on myself, writing ghost notes to let you know. I think I might match your tempo. Trying to find the words, but nothing sticks. Trying to catch your eye, but nothing clicks. Left mute by your crescendo, and once again I head home solo. Am I riding through a storm? My heartbeat feels like thunder. I barely move, but I feel like a long distance runner. Am I falling apart from the stress and the pressure I'm under? Or do I just have a crush on a drummer? Is there really something wrong, or is it natural? I wonder. To have that pounding in my chest, feeling like a machine gunner. Am I falling apart from the stress and the pressure I'm under? Or do I just have a crush on a drummer?
Here you go. That's Vom
That's
Vorton.
lovely.
Yeah, that is a as yet unreleased song. So we're very happy to have it. Thanks, Tom, for sending it to me.
Lovely stuff.
And he's still writing stuff, and he's still performing, and he's still kicking out the jams. It's good. But there's plenty of stuff online to hear. He's got a big, big old back catalogue that I've been diving into. I'm particularly fond of his first album, Hide and Seek. 2011.
Yeah.
Got some really good tracks on it. I like the song Operating and Becoming Nutritious, which has got a really nice female vocal. And if he wants to do that one live, I'll happily volunteer to do the female bit for him if he wants.
Beautiful.
And also the album Special Equations, 2013, Commodore Memories. It's a moving song about playing on your computer when you're supposed to be asleep when you're a kid. And it's got very glacial backing music. So
Nice.
love that.
Hushed.
Stuff. It is. It's very hushed.
Like he's under the sheets.
Yeah, it's all good. Oh, and Meta Horse as well, obviously. Very good song. In which he writes a song about writing a song about meeting a horse, which is good. Very Vom Vorton. Steve!
Yes, my friend.
Do you know what we're doing?
Making a podcast?
In the face of certain doom. Making a podcast in the face of certain doom. We are this Are Johnny Domino. We're making a podcast and we're playing obscure tunes. This Are Johnny Domino. We're brothers, we wear glasses. We've got medical conditions. We've both been alive for a while. We're making a podcast in the face of certain doom. It's time for this Are Johnny Domino. Oh, something like that, anyway. Episode 50.
It's episode 50. Good Lord. It's our half century. We raise our bat, we salute the crowd, and then probably get bowled out next ball. But yeah, we've done it for 50 episodes.
You know, and we did sort of think about what could we do? What could we do to mark the occasion of doing 50 episodes of a podcast? Because I think it's a bit of an achievement.
It is an achievement. However, in a very, very Johnny Domino way, we haven't really thought of anything that we could do.
We did think of some things. We thought maybe we'd play some clips, but then we thought no. Then we thought we might read some transcripts, but we didn't do that. No. And then we thought maybe we'd get some messages from well-wishers. Didn't really have any. But maybe at 100 we will do some of these things. We'll see, eh?
I think I'd like messages congratulating us on our 51st episode. So if any people out there listening to the podcast want to send us a message to commemorate the 51st episode of This Are Johnny Domino, then please do send them to us. Or pick a number that you would like to celebrate, and we'll keep them on file. And if we get to like 72, we'll read your message out.
We will.
We can't go back, though. I'm not going to insert them into old episodes. So anything from 51 onwards, then you can bag it by just recording something.
Okay, right. What are we going to play now?
Well, following last episode when we talked to Antonio, one of possibly two Italian Johnny Domino fans from back in the day.
Count them.
We can count them on one hand or two hands if you want to do one finger each hand. Sorry, this is getting all a bit weird. We were talking about our first album, Rabbit Themes, which he bought from a record shop in Italy. And he saw the cover. He thought, I'll have a bit of that.
And we didn't know how that happened,
did
we? We didn't know how that happened, but we found out since.
Hello there, Steve. Hello there, Giles. This is Rob, or Frankie, or whatever my name is today. Longtime friend and lover of all things Johnny Domino shaped. Just been listening to the latest episode of the podcast where you're pondering the mystery of how a copy of your first album, Rabbit Themes, ended up in an Italian record shop in 1999. Initially, I was puzzled as well, but luckily for us, back in those days, the three of us that ran the label, Artists Against Success, that's me, Mark Hibbert and Mr. Whitaker, we had monthly board meetings in the pub, and all of those were documented in great detail and published to the old website for full transparency, probably because Mark thought, in 26 years' time, they're going to be making a documentary about us, and these minutes are going to be obviously absolutely crucial. But, you know, documentary, podcast, whatever, here we are. Anyway, so having done some investigation, I can furnish you all with the following facts. We took delivery of the Rabbit Themes CDs from the manufacturer sometime around the 10th of December 1998, and we held the official Johnny Domino signing ceremony at the Flower Pot pub in Derby on January the 6th, 1999. And I forwarded you some photographs of that so you can put those on your Insta. And we appear to be smoking cigars inside a pub, which is mind-blowing. Anyway, as to how one of the CDs ended up in Italy, well, at this point in the label's history, we had a genuine UK distribution deal with a company called Shell Shock, who would sell the albums into all the shops. Our sales contact there was Linda, the singer from Prolapse, or one of the singers from Prolapse. And I've got a very strong memory of talking to her on the phone about this album because she really liked it and she was absolutely amazed that you were from Ilkeston because that's where she was also from. Anyway, back to the minutes, and the Shell Shock sales statement from February 1999 stated that in the first month, AAS 016 Johnny Domino Rabbit Themes sold 71 copies. And if you want to edit that bit in the podcast to say nearly 100, here's me saying nearly 100 copies. Then 2 months later, in the April minutes, the statement said we were awaiting our payment from Shell Shock for the sales, but they in turn had said that they were going to send us the cheque, but they were waiting to get their money from Pinnacle for all the overseas sales. So that, my friends, is what you podcast types refer to as the smoking gun. Essentially that. Shell Shock had a wider European distribution deal with Pinnacle, and that's how it got itself all the way to Italy, I believe. God bless our tidy minute keeping. And as the Artists Against Success company song goes, it's being bloody organised that makes us rock. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Rob. / Frankie.
I think we need to listen to the Artists Against Success company song next episode.
Yes, they could be on the Derby scene, yeah.
I want to hear that.
Anyway, it's nice to know how these things happen. And between 70 and 100 copies of the Rabbit Themes CD were sold, which is delightful.
Very nice.
So, shall we ever listen to one of the songs from the said Rabbit Themes album?
I think we should. So we're going to play a song called The Udigowa Contract, which is got an interesting name, which maybe we'll talk about after the song.
Choking on my little pipe, I keep sucking with all my might. I got my goggles on, I'm watching my hair grow, like you don't exist, like the world is slow. I formed a crap band with my dealer.
said before. We are surrounded by the lies. It's in the street, written in the lights. There's nowhere left to hide. If you think you're hearing voices, don't worry, they're just thoughts. Take a step in reverse, take a pause, take a look before you mess it up. We choose not to choose. No one can clean us. We choose not to choose. No one has seen us. I'm smoking, choking on my little pipe. I mortgage my lifetime for cash. I got my goggles on. This is a dirty place, I have said before. How much does it take to make you happy? How much does it take to make you cry? How much does it take to keep you happy? It changes every day.
That's Johnny Domino with their non-hit song, The Udigowa Contract.
Can you give us some tasting notes for the Udigowa contract, Steve?
There's a hint of Sparks, possibly. Maybe even a hint of Roxy Music. And I'd just like to say both Sparks and Roxy Music are not my favourite bands.
Okay.
I don't normally like Roxy Music or Sparks.
Oh.
But I do like that, John. Anyway, I think that's what it is. It just sounds a bit like that. A couple of things I like about that nerdy stuff, right? Because obviously that was recorded on a 4-track. So I think we recorded the drum track, the drum machine, and then me and you went to Dick's farm and we set up in his kitchen. I think I bounced the bass guitar and the drums onto one track. And then me and Mark played keyboards at the same time. Don't know who was doing what. One of us playing piano, one of us is doing like a Moogie type sound. And then we did all the vocals in one mic. You and Jim are singing the verses and choruses into one mic, and me and Mark are in the background going, hoo, 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 hoo.
Yeah.
That's the hardcore 4-track recording.
You know what? What I think we wanted, what we were trying to get to, but we didn't have the ability, was like more of a football chant kind of thing.
You reckon?
Bit like Sham 69. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you're bringing it back to Sham 69, aren't you?
Yeah. We choose not to choose. We didn't quite do it too far enough, you know what I mean? But
well, we weren't weren't those sort of boys, were we?
No, not really.
Yeah, we could have tried it, but maybe that's my problem with Oasis. I'm just not manly enough to like them.
Perhaps. The lyrics, I think, don't know. I mean, the first time I've listened to it in ages.
Yeah.
But it's like either you're inside or you're outside the system. My voice is like inside the system, as it were.
Yeah.
Jim is outside the system.
Yeah.
And either way, you're kind of screwed by the Udigowa contract, whatever that is.
We, like many, many people in our generation, got really into watching Neighbours.
Oh, we did.
When it was on, I think sometimes I would come home from school and watching it at lunchtime and then also watch it again in the evening.
We spent
wasn't
loads
much
of
on,
time.
let's be honest.
And it wasn't really very good, was it?
It was rubbish. It was rubbish.
But it was the only thing on. And the Udigowa contract was mentioned quite a lot during the sort of the 1986, 1985 kind of era of Neighbours. And it was Paul Robinson.
Paul Robinson. The Robinsons family, I think they had like a hotel leisure complex called Lassiter's. Is that right?
That's right.
And I think Paul Robinson with his, I'm not sure if she was his wife, Gail. She had red hair.
Yeah.
So Paul and Gail looking after the Lassiter's complex. And there was a businessman called Mr. Udigowa. And frequently Paul would say, I'm not doing the accent, Gail, have you seen the Udigowa contract? And it was a constantly returning question.
Maybe I'm jumping the gun a bit, but Mr. Udigowa hasn't actually said that the deal's off yet, has he?
No, forget it. No, I could tell by the tone of his voice on the phone. Now, the Udigowa deal is shot to bits, and he's flying back to Japan tonight. Oh, what now? Yes, hello. Oh, hello, Mr. Udigowa. No, nothing important. It's okay. That's fantastic. No, really great. Look, I'll get working on it straight away and I'll have it to you by tonight. Yeah. Thank you for ringing, Mr. Udigowa. Okay, goodbye. I don't believe it. He's postponing going back until tonight. He's going ahead with the contract after all.
Congratulations.
Well, he's going to need an updated presentation to take back to Japan. Listen, we'll have lunch at the office. I'll get something set up from the kitchen.
Sorry, you're going to have to count me out.
Okay.
I want to ring Dad's friends, check with the rest of the family, see if anybody's seen him.
Gail, please.
Don't you dare tell me how important this contract is, because as far as I'm concerned, you wouldn't know what important was if it walked up and spat in your eye.
Is that right?
You are obsessed with business. The only reason you married me was to keep Mr. Udigowa happy. One day you might learn that it's people that matter, not profits.
Gail, that's all been said before.
People like your family and mine and all our friends around here, the ones we lie to every day. Well, off you go. You run along and play at being Mr. Business Executive. I'm going to stay here and try and find my father.
Because Paul was, and I think he still is, in the second or third reboot of Neighbours, which is currently coming to an end. He is a businessman.
He is.
Shady, bit of a Lothario.
Yeah.
And then eventually he took up with the Alessi twins. Well, one of the Alessi twins who came to work. They came to work at Lassiter's as well. And I'd probably had to ask them where the Udigowa contract was as well.
Yeah. And did he say, "Don't it make me feel good"?
No, but I think it probably did make him feel good if he ever found it. I think
Because obviously it was Stephen Dennis, wasn't it?
in his leather blues on,
Yes.
singing "Don't It Make You Feel Good."
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me of that.
Yeah.
But the main thing I got from that whole plot line was the fact that Paul needed to do some decent filing.
Yeah, definitely. You know what, though? I think that song, and like it kind of took me back thinking about, recording and stuff. And back in those days, in those pre-phone days and internet days, we just used to watch any old crap, and it just became part of our language and our life.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to do an anti-advert now. The issue these days is that people get what they want too quickly. Sky Glass, for example.
Yeah.
You just say a word, a title, and a genre, and it'll play it for you straight away.
Yeah.
What are the advantages of having, to actually search for stuff? instead of just having what you want immediately. I think there are big advantages, right? Having to blindly wander around and just stumble across stuff, being forced to consume stuff that you don't even like or are not even interested in. Yeah. So there you go. That's why we're playing you a song that you don't like. But I think it was like, there's something good about just like forcing yourself to just have what is, is being foisted upon you.
Yeah.
So here's the anti-advert. Don't get Sky Glass.
Yeah.
Right. No matter what Richard Osman says, right? Don't fucking get Sky Glass. Just turn on the telly and watch whatever shit's on there, right? And figure something out about it.
Hi, I'm Giles and Steve's mum, and I don't listen to their podcasts. I think they're very silly boys.
Recently, I've been outside. I've been outside.
We do sound like shut-ins, don't we, talking about this music that we made back in the day. But yes, you occasionally go outside. How did you go outside, and what did you enjoy about outside?
There you go. Well, what I'd like to say is that camping on your own in Derbyshire midweek in July is perhaps the finest thing a person can do. It was a bit like being in a Magnus Mills book. If you've ever read a Magnus Mills book.
Yes.
Yeah. There were only two other patrons on the camping field overlooking the valley, which had a lovely view of cows on a hill. A man with a broken tent was camping on his own and playing music that was pretty objectionable and quite loud as well, wearing a baseball cap backwards. And there was an incredibly white middle-aged couple from Suffolk on a tour on their way to Lincoln. And it's probably going to end up in trouble when the couple goes up to the single man and starts to complain about the music. And he sits there with his tin little stereo and his ginger beard and his baseball cap, listening to Blink 182. But what will the hapless narrator do? Will he get involved? Which side will he take? Which side would you take? Will he indeed attempt to remain neutral as unspeakable horrors are enacted on the field at night in front of him?
Well, what did you do? What did you do?
What would you do?
I'd go inside the tent and just ignore it.
Yeah, that's a fair clue to what I did. But the couple from Suffolk asked me what I was doing up there on my own, because it was literally like an empty campsite, a wild campsite. It had a little shed for a toilet, and there was only me and these other three people at opposite corners of the campsite, which is a very nice campsite. And they asked me what I was doing. Like, what are you doing up here on your own? Why would you be on your own in a little tent camping? Are you a bird watcher? They were trying to rationalize it. And I just said, I like to walk and think.
Looks like we got ourselves a thinker.
Yeah, I know. They were nice, though. They were nice.
Did they ask the red-bearded man in baseball cap, did they ask him what he was doing there? Because he was on his own as well.
Things got a bit ugly, but I'm not going to get into that.
Ooh.
On the 90s Derby scene, I just want to be seen. All the 90s Derby scene, where have you been? On the 90s Derby scene, I just want to be seen. What musical cuisine Steve and Giles are going to serve today?
And this has a link to what you were just talking about in a way, because...
What, camping?
No, there was possibly a moment in which violence could have been enacted on somebody from what we're going to talk about.
Oh, right. Okay, we'll save that for a minute.
We're going to save it for a minute.
This is a band from the Derby scene in the 90s, which I think I was particularly fond of, actually, and I've grown more and more fond of, a band called The Electric Sound of Joy. And they actually did record a Peel session on the 25th of November, 1997.
Not from Derby.
Okay, thank you. But they were on the Derby scene.
Yes.
They played in Derby with us a couple of times, I believe.
Yes.
Right? And the Peel session is on YouTube. And I think I've contributed a fair chunk of their 1.6k views on YouTube.
Excellent.
To be honest. I've listened to this quite a lot. And this is a song called Play Away, which is a reworking of the famous theme tune by Mr. Brian Cant. If you know, you know.
Well, if it gets cloudy, you're all alone. Play away, play away, play away. And if it gets lonely, pick up the phone. Play away, play away, play away. Play away. You want it to be, it just has to be. You know it all. Play away. You want it to be, it just has to be. You know it all. Play away. You want it to be, it just has to be. You know it all. Play away. You want it to be, it just has to be. You know it all. Well, if it gets crowded, get on your own. Play away, play away, play away. And if it gets lonely, pick up the phone. Play away, play away, play away. Play away. You want it to be, just has to be. You know it all. Play away. You want it to be, just has to be. You know it all. Play away. You want it to be, just has to be.
There you go. The electric
Very
sound
nice.
of joy, compelling
Very
us
nice.
to play away. An instruction that is as relevant now as it was back when you were 4 years old, perhaps.
Possibly. That's nice, that. I can't remember particularly liking them that much when we did gigs with them.
I think it was more of a sense of competition that
Probably, yeah.
perhaps contributed to that feeling.
There's definitely something of the late period Johnny Domino recording. I say late period, like 2000, 2004, which possibly we absorbed through doing a couple of gigs with them. Looking at the record, both gigs were at a venue called The Loft in Derby. First one was in August of 1997, the 18th of August of 1997. And then in March of 88, on the 18th of March, something about 18, weird, we were supporting, both of us, the Delgados.
Oh, they were a good band.
So that was, that was a pretty good gig. That.
I don't really know much about the Electric Sound of Joy. Have you got any memories of them?
Going back to people potentially getting their teeth knocked out, I don't think it was the first gig we played with them. It had to be the second one. But I surely wouldn't have done this the first time I met them. Whenever it was, they were sound checking before us. And if you remember at the Loft, there was the stage and there was an immediate exit from it. So you could basically be on the stage and then exit the building immediately. And they were sound checking, and one of them, I think maybe guitar got thrown on the ground, and one of their member walked out of the building. Obviously, the door was open, and we happened to be standing there, probably waiting to do our sound check, mumbling about how long they were taking to do their sound check. And I stuck my head in the door and said, "Can I raise a practical question?" And they went, "Yeah." I said, "Are we going to do Stonehenge tonight?"
Oh, you're a bit of a wag, aren't you?
What?
You're a bit of a wag.
C-Unit. Oh, my God.
But yeah,
what a tosser.
We were probably getting a bit impatient because it's it's that thing, isn't it? When you're waiting for another band to sound check and they take it for ages, and they had loads of instruments as well.
Oh yeah, you can tell that.
They were a good band, but there were definitely some similarities there between us and them. I mean, they were quite arsey, I think, definitely, and we were quite arsey. Their bass player was all right. The bass player was pretty nice, and they had a weird lead singer. There you go, further comparisons.
Okay.
And they had fairly nondescript guitarist and keyboard players. So they were a lot like Johnny Domino in that respect, I think.
Okay, that's a nice little subliminal dish you just did there. Bass players, aren't they nice? That's because they've got nothing fucking worthwhile to do.
Oh, well, if that's how you want to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is quite astonishing that I remained fully of tooth throughout these early gigs. We were quite cocky.
I'm sure they don't remember that. And if this episode actually finds its way to one of them, it would be nice if it did. All I would say to them is, I really like your stuff. And if you're doing anything now, I'd really like to hear it. I think we both would, actually.
Yeah.
Despite what Steve's attitude is, And if you're not doing your own stuff, make a podcast, I'd listen to it, definitely. Electric Sound of Joy podcast. I would definitely listen to that.
Well, the lead singer is a fine artist.
Well,
I found that out.
Another comparison. There you go.
Comparison, yeah.
Right. Hurrah for the Electric Sound of Joy.
The This Are Johnny Domino podcast. It's got bongos.
I've got a poem.
Excellent.
For this poem, Steve, could you bring in some nice atmospheric bird song, countryside kind of sounds, like kind of about halfway through?
Like a bucolic sound of country type thing. Okay.
It's good. Right. Okay.
I've got two hands. Rest in peace, Viv Savage.
Okay. I don't know what this poem's about, but it's called Why Not a River. The weird kid looked at me as if Pokemon Go is like totally normal. They're painting faces on the high street. They say it's cute. People pass the barbers and chip shop. Man in high vis talking on his phone belongs in the street like I don't. The bus runs by on biogas and makes fresh air. The barista looks at me. She thinks I'm qualified at ordering coffee. I paid on my phone and I made the right noises. As children crowd the face painter, he turns them to a sparkly army. They belong in the street like I don't. The traffic flows by and begs the question, why not a river? The people walking down the high street are too detailed. They've been certified as totally normal. I drink my coffee and fail to ignore them, and my mouth burns. But I go back for more. I belong in the street. The traffic flows by and begs the question, why not a river?
Very nice. You're quite good at writing stuff down, aren't you?
I've been practicing.
Well, you've been practicing. You're a good little boy. You've been practicing.
I've got a pencil and a little book.
When are you going to get your pen license, though?
It's going to be a while. The problem is only I can read this stuff.
Yes.
It's a bit scrawly. I think we're about at the end of the podcast, and it's been really good to talk to you today, Steve, and thanks to Vom Vorton for letting us play his stuff.
Hold on a minute there, Missy. On the last episode, we talked about the PRF monthly tribute series and the fact that the artist being covered and written about for the month of July was Jonathan Richman, and we were going to do one. And at time of recording, we finished our entry this very morning. And the fact is, this will be coming out on the last day of July. So shall we listen to it now?
Shall we slip it in?
Let's slip one in at the last minute.
Yeah. So this is a song which is not a cover of a Jonathan Richman song, and it's called Be More Jonathan. Just a slob. I'm wearing dirty jeans in the coffee shop. It's a modern world, and I'm a modern man. Oh, won't you tell me, how can I be more Jonathan? I don't know how he does it. He's a songwriting bona fide genius. He's a real human being. He's not pretending, he's not fake at all. If I could be more like him, that's what I want to be. Well, my parents had told me, said I could be what I wanted to be. And you know that they meant well, but they were lying to me. Oh, won't you tell me, how can I be more Jonathan? You know he's so confused. Like a little dinosaur. He's on an astral plane. You can't talk to the dude. He's going buzz, buzz, buzz. He's dancing, dancing, dancing in the lesbian bar. At the sky and the insects, you know he's talking to me, but I'm just a slob. taught me how to be free. Oh, won't you tell me how can I be more Jonathan?
So that was Be More Jonathan by Johnny Domino. That was our song for the PRF Monthly Tribute Series July 2025 edition.
Very good.
Should it be called Be More Johnny by Jonathan Domino?
Oh, now you're getting confusing, man.
I'm getting confused. Johnny's and Jonathans.
So next episode, we might talk a little bit more about the songs that are on the Jonathan Richman album on Bandcamp, on the PRF Tribute Series.
And talk about whatever the artist is for August.
I also want to talk about going to the vinyl night at the local pub, because that's been fun.
Have you been taking some shit to scramble their brains?
You have to take some records, don't you? Anyway,
Yeah,
you know what? There's a whole culture there that we're going to talk about next episode. Definitely.
Oh, that's leaving the audience on the edge of their seat. Thank you for listening to the This Are Johnny Domino podcast. We hope that you are enjoying it. If you are enjoying it...
Just one more thing. Hold on. Just hold on. Just want to mention things to listen to after you've finished this podcast. Right?
Go.
Things that I've been listening to recently. I'm not going to go on about it long. The song Billy Toppy by Men I Trust. It's a very good song. Go away and listen to it. It's propulsive. It's a pop song. It's got the correct influences. And the band This Is Lorelei, which is the guy out of Water From My Eyes, right? And he's got a song called Perfect Hand, which is amazing. Right. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time. If you've enjoyed the podcast, please do tell your friends, tell your neighbours, tell your mother, tell your wife, tell your dogs, tell your children. Just let people know and make them listen to it. Thank you very much. Oh, and remember to vote for us in the British Podcast Awards thing. I'll put the link on the show notes. Anyway, right. Bye-bye, everybody. Cool. Bye-bye.
Rest in peace, Ozzy.
What?
Ozzy Osbourne died
yeah,
yesterday.
good. Yeah, good. That's a good way to end.
What?
He died? He's dead? What?
I hate to break it to you, man.
What?
Okay, now.
No, I did know. I did know, actually.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording now.